at an energy conference, and he won't be here tonight, so it's all on us. I think this ordinance 85, I'm gonna start there. This is the dogs and cats ordinance. The law department is working on a rewrite of this that everybody has. I was thinking of moving this to the end of the schedule, because I figured it's the thing we would talk about the most, so we'll come back to that. Mark did ask if anyone has any input on ordinance 86, which is related to the short-term rentals, that we get it to him, because I believe, and correct me if I say this wrong, Mark, if we were gonna go forward with this, there's some rewrites or some research you need to do?
Yeah, I'll kind of give a more in-depth look, just to make sure the language is tight and what you guys want.
Okay. So, I don't know if anyone has any questions or wants to talk about that this evening, or if you just wanna.
Well, I don't know how popular this is as written.
Well, I don't even know how popular it is in general.
In
I
general,
thought we had thought.
amongst us. Now, I read over Hudson's ordinance. Hudson has a really in-depth ordinance regarding short-term rentals. They require people to be licensed every year for it, and it has a big list of rules to get a license to do it. You know, they have to have fire inspection every year. They have rules about how many people can be in the rental, how many vehicles can be in the rental. You have to have someone that lives within 10 minutes or 10 miles as a contact. So if you can't go out of town, or you have to provide a contact that's close and be available 24/7. When you do have a rental, you have to tell the city what platforms you are advertising on and where else you're advertising. You could lose your license. You get three strikes and you're out. Anyway, this is a possibility if we didn't want to go with
Just a ban.
with a total ban.
Yeah.
I'm not for a ban whatsoever. These services have been around for 15, 20 years, and we've had like one complaint. You were talking about that the other day.
Significant issue one time, yeah.
One time. So, and if you look on the sites, there's 2 properties in Macedonia, people that are doing it. So I don't know that this is a problem that needs to be solved. Now, I understand the concern was based on what happened in Bath.
Yep.
But I think also in a place like Bath, they have bigger properties where people are thinking they're renting something that's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. They have an excuse, they're under the cover that they're able to go out there and get a big house and party. I don't know that that's something that happens in Macedonia, especially deeper in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to just continue with this as it is, vote on it how we feel, be done with the idea of short-term rentals, or do we want to look into changing the language and go with permitting? Permitting is going to be work for the building department and the fire department to do more inspections, and then that. And I just don't think that there's that many
nothing there.
properties. Yeah. So should we just continue to go for a vote on this and not?
we vote for it.
I would say so too.
So you
Unless
guys
someone's
are-
really passionate about it.
Yeah, I'm not passionate about it.
So you're thinking, you guys are leaning towards call the question out or read, well, we'd have to do 3 reads, because I don't think we've read it once, have we? Have we read it once?
We read it
Yeah.
once.
We read it once.
Oh, I'm looking at the one
First.
below it.
Yeah,
Yep.
we've read it once, so we
Yeah.
could do 2 and 3 and have a vote on it today and be done talking about.
Potentially dispose of it tonight,
Yeah,
because, I don't have any strong heartburn to pass it.
I don't think it's gonna pass. So if we're not interested in rewriting and having, this is
One of my
This
thoughts.
is like a 7-page ordinance that Hudson has, but Hudson has so much different housing stock and property. that
Yeah, I
we
mean, you
do.
can make it as simple or complex as you want.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of options out there. You guys just have you've only been discussing the outright prohibition, so.
Right. One of my thoughts was, regardless of what we do, enforcing it is gonna be a challenge,
Yeah.
right? You're not gonna know that someone's not complying, or that someone's renting their house out, unless you're actively going on all of the different sites and looking for them.
Or until there's a problem.
Or until
in which
there's a
case
problem.
they're already breaking the law, which.
Right.
Great.
And I think this might have been a conversation I was having with Mark. If you have something on the books, it's there in case there ever is an incident, so that there's something to use after the
Right.
fact.
And even
But-
in the case of this, they would, like in Hudson, if there's a nuisance, if people are parking in a way that you're not licensed to park, if you have too many people in the house or too many disturbing, making a nuisance, trespassing within 500 feet, that kind of stuff, you lose your license and can't reapply for 6 months. So,
I'm leaning towards your idea, unless council wants to talk about it, but I do have a question. Is there anything we could do that would help your department that
Yeah.
you think we need to do?
Well, I hear everything going on, and honestly, my thought process would be, if we only have 2 in town, it's not gonna affect that many people if we had a prohibition on it. The one incident that we had that I would say got out of control was really out of control. We're lucky nobody was seriously hurt or killed.
Right.
If that wasn't an option, we'd have never been in that situation. I think one of the biggest complaints we get is about solicitors. For the longest time, we tried to ban solicitors. Well, we can't do that, so we're gonna permit that. You have to register, all that. It really solves nothing. We get just as many complaints about it.
Right.
Same thing, I read Hudson's as well. Bath did theirs with some zoning things. Hudson's allowing it by permit. It really doesn't solve anything in my eyes. I get it's not a big deal, it really only 2 houses, but the night of that situation, the homeowner realized, oh man, something serious going on here.
Right.
He tried to intervene and it went really bad. The crowd was so large, it was bad for us. There were weapons involved. I mean, it was an
Yeah.
issue,
Yeah.
so.
Would it have been an issue if they would have registered? It probably.
Had he, again, Mr. Goodetti and I spoke of this, unless we go on a big campaign, how's people gonna know they can't do it?
Right.
But I would like to think that had he known that he couldn't do it in Macedonia, he wouldn't have.
Right.
And he's pulled out of that whole thing, he's not doing it anymore, hasn't for years, but
Were there any laws broken that evening?
did the homeowner face consequences?
no, the homeowner didn't face consequences, and I believe we made a couple arrests there.
Okay.
Disorderly conduct, maybe assault. I have to look at the report.
Okay.
But
That's
the
not a huge deal.
homeowner technically didn't break any laws or ordinances that we had. He wasn't living on the property at the time, and they just had it listed. And it's a beautiful piece of property in town, very large, very secluded, and there were hundreds of people that showed up there. And the houses, I mean, they did a lot of damage to it as well, so.
Yeah, there's other options in the code for the actual wrongdoers in those events.
Right. Right.
Disorderly conduct, riot, failure to disperse, all those type of potential charges, menacing, that kind of thing. This, as proposed, is really what you're regulating or what you're doing is creating a penalty for the homeowner that
Right.
may not as clearly exist right now. There's still nuisance options, which I think the city has pursued in the past, which is still, potentially viable, just not explicit like is in this ordinance.
Well, I guess that raises the question, do we wanna call it tonight and vote on it, or do we wanna keep discussing it? I'm torn on
Yeah,
if we
like,
need
do,
something.
we do wanna have tools for the police department to use, but
So a thought, if we were gonna permit it, so to speak, we put a maximum 10 people in the, something along those lines. When we
Hudson
have-
is 2 people per bedroom plus 3 more people, but
Oh.
also parking.
To
too.
prevent it from turning into a 200, 300 person
Yeah.
party, yeah.
And then also there's parking, so you can only have as many people, you have to like, when you register, you have to register how many parking spaces you're
Spaces
allowed to
you're
use.
allowed to
Yeah.
So the only thing, in my mind, that would be the way to go. However, the specific incident we had, he was under the impression that it was a family
Mhm.
coming down there
They
to enjoy
misled
the
him.
property
Yeah.
through the company that he was signed up with. And had he not just been the type of guy that was like, I wanna see what's going on there,
He would have no idea.
and the property, we would not have seen it
Yeah.
because it's very secluded.
Do we wanna give,
Well, there's also grounds, there's also like in Hudson, grounds for denial, like a whole section on why you would deny it. The city could choose to, no properties over so many acres or whatever would be denied. So I'm not sure. I don't like the idea, and I know Mr. Finley's in on this with me, we don't wanna tell people what they can do with their homes and their ability to,
yeah.
you know, make money, and I think you're in agreement on me, on
I'm
that.
hesitant to tell people what they can and can't do with their property.
Yeah, so we just need to think in the public interest, you know.
So the question is, I guess, do we hold it and let the law department come up with a different proposal, or do we call the question tonight?
Do we want a proposal that involves permitting, or do we
I
not
think
want
it's a lot of
permitting?
extra work.
But if there's only 2 properties, it's the work for 2 properties a year to
That
do
too.
it, you know, so if it's not 10 or 15 properties that we're having to do permitting and fire inspection on, you know, it's not a big deal. Or, you know, how many years ago was this incident that you're talking about?
It'd have to be at least 7, probably.
Yeah, I was thinking 8.
Wow.
So it might also be that, you know, people don't put their houses up because
Right.
they're afraid of that, just as afraid as we might be
Yeah.
that might happen.
Yeah.
So, and the more exposure that something like that gets. As I mentioned, these platforms don't indicate on the platform whether or not it's allowed in your
'Cause they don't care.
jurisdiction. They don't
Yeah,
care.
they just wanna listen.
And it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, to me, it doesn't sound like the homeowner typically has malicious intent. It's the people that attend the party that have the malicious intent.
Right.
In which case, they could be still charged with other crimes.
Yeah,
that are-
but it's no, you know, the homeowner doesn't face any consequences by having allowed these people in their home. That's the issue.
Just
Well,
list
if they
that
don't know, though.
Coach Saban has to be there.
Well, I guess, should we give it another meeting, or should we call it tonight? Anybody have a strong opinion either way?
I'm not in favor of it as it is. I wouldn't be opposed to writing some sort of permitting. Once again, that's gonna be, I'd have to talk to Nino about it if, you know, he's.
Do you wanna wait a meeting then, and
Yeah,
we
so
still
let's
have the
do
option
yeah.
to
So let's
dispose
just
of
do
it?
second reading on this.
Okay. Alright,
I'll talk to our new fire inspector.
number 8 is the plans and bids for Ledger storm sewer, Mr. G.
Yes, so this is a project, I think you guys have the memo or the exhibit there in the packet. This is a drainage improvement and a safety improvement really at the same time. That portion of Ledge Road, the roadside ditch is extremely deep. We've had problems with erosion on the sides of the ditch over the years. We also recently had a car wind up in the ditch, so it's also a safety issue. So we'll install a storm sewer here to replace this ditch, solve both issues at the same time, and the project will be paid for with NURSD community cost share money, so it's a budget neutral item for the city.
I'm assuming since we're going to bids, you'd like 1, 2, 3?
Please.
Anybody have questions or objections? Okay.
Is it gonna increase water runoff? Or, like, you know, we have the problem, you know, down North Bedford. Is it gonna increase water there?
No, it
I
won't.
assume NORSD is giving a look.
Yes, if that was the case, NURSD would not be happy, so.
Right.
But the answer is no, it'll be the same amount
Same
of
amount.
stormwater getting to all the same people it currently does.
Okay. Number 9 is amendment number 1.
Yeah,
Mr. Vera.
Pretty early.
well, it was kind of, my hands were forced by this guy, it's not here. Memos attached. Would appreciate a 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Anybody have any objections or questions? All right, number 10. This, Mr. Gaddetti, do you want to explain number 10?
So, this is basically a housekeeping item. Every year we pass an ordinance that authorizes the County Public Defender's Commission to provide legal services for indigent individuals who are facing loss of liberty charges in Stowe Municipal Court. There's just a slight increase here. It was $230 last year, bumping up to $250 this year per case.
Okay. And I imagine you would like us to do 1, 2, 3?
I have no recommendation.
Oh, all right. Anybody on council
Similar to your
object to
report.
1, 2, 3 on
Let's
this?
do that.
Yep.
All right. Okay, we're at 7:30, I hope nobody minds running late.
Sorry, quick question.
Yeah, I was gonna go back to them.
Anytime that you are offering a motion, are you still doing that with him gone?
Yeah, I'll still do it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be, I'm gonna confuse myself, but I
Okay,
will do it.
that's fine. Just wanna make sure.
I'm gonna go back to 85. It is 7:30. I didn't realize we were gonna run over. So I don't know how many of you saw the rewrite that the law department did on the cats and dogs ordinance. You can either talk directly to Mark outside of council, or if anyone wants to discuss it, we can right now.
I'm confused because there are already agencies that are tasked to take care of some of this stuff that we're trying to regulate. And what do I mean by that? If the cats or dogs, animals are being mistreated, then you have the Humane Society. If they become a nuisance, then you have the health department. So I guess I'm just not sure why we need a third layer if, I don't.
I actually thought the same thing, and I actually
Yeah.
looked, and I actually found a number of cities that actually prohibit it, and put it not into, I think ours lets it happen in a commercial zone, the way it's.
Yeah, business district.
Yeah, the
not
ones I found
residential.
went even further and said only in an industrial district, which took me by surprise.
I think that, to answer your question, I think the impetus was those agencies weren't doing enough from the city's perspective, or at least somebody's perspective, so that was the reason for the legislation. I don't know the facts though, to say.
why, yeah, cause I'm not curious why this even came up, according to, you know, our.
I don't know,
he-
I don't know
He said it
where
was against,
it came from, yeah.
I mean, I'm just,
Yeah. No, I don't know where it came from, but I think, you know, that the direction it currently went in was a suggestion I came up with, because the number of cats, number of dogs doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But classifying someone who's, you know, just has a lot of pets as an average resident versus someone who's doing it to sell them or to, you know, have a very large quantity of animals in their home, I think there's a difference between those, like, classifications. But who knows, in its final form, we may not pass it. We may not have 3 votes to pass. I don't know the answer to that. And to be fair, it's legislation that started in the former
Yes.
calendar year, and I really don't even know where we're gonna land on it, like, what support it has, just like this housing ordinance.
right.
Yeah.
And they have, this home has been cited for numerous violations. Do you know the status on those?
Well, what happened was they're trying to get rid of talking about the cats.
Mhm.
Trying to get rid of them, to give them homes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
They got rid of a few, but there's still, we counted when we were there, 109.
But they had violations for like the smell of
The
their
smell,
house, and that's
yes.
something that they're,
And the Humane Society did.
and the Humane
mention-
Society has come
So
had
they
in.
did come
comments
in.
on that,
Uh-huh.
on the health of the cats and the residents and the
Mhm.
things like that. And they did make an effort to clean up the house, you know, than what they had before, like ripping up carpet, you know, cleaning up, you know, flooring, wood, framing members, you know, because it kind of soaks into the wood and everything, so they're trying to clean that up. So they did make some efforts,
Mhm.
but it's still, we come out of there, it was, still had a smell all over, but they're used to it, so.
Right, so it's a nuisance to the neighbors at this point with the
Yes.
I
smell.
thought they were on 4 acres.
I don't know how big the property
I
is.
thought.
I think it's very
Is it
deep.
the guy that
deep.
said?
I think it's deep, so
I knew
there's
he
still-
said there was a closer neighbor,
Yeah.
but.
Yeah, there is.
Are there other, I guess, similar question as to before, are there other laws that are being broken in terms of nuisance
Yeah, is
that
there
are not calculated?
sound or,
Well,
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I mean,
This already
that's,
covers.
that's one example
Sure.
that, of the city's history that it's experienced, which led to this ordinance being suggested. I wouldn't focus on a particular case.
Because that's my concern, that
Yeah.
they would write legislation for one person, that's a big concern for me.
Yeah, you wanna look at this legislation as it applies to the city as
As a
a
whole.
whole.
but
not a
my question
specific
is, you know, as far as you know, and just like she said, do we have tools to correct a situation when it becomes a nuisance to neighbors.
That was my
And making
question.
sure that the animals are safe,
Are there already
which is
tools in
done,
place?
and are there tools that are making sure that they're not a nuisance? You know, if someone has 100 cats in their home,
You have a nuisance law,
Yeah.
you have a general nuisance law. which
so we're already able to
Address it.
make sure that it's not a problem to the neighbors. And when it is a problem to the neighbors, we can't take action, but,
Regardless of how many animals are.
yeah.
And, yeah, and it doesn't stop at dog, I mean, I've been with rats, I've been in houses that are filled with all kinds of.
And then, you know, just like we were talking about with the short-term rental, it then puts some work in for the building department, some extra work having to designate a cattery, you know, any residents that might currently be considered owning a cattery, having to, you know, relocate their animals, so. You know, if it's causing a nuisance to the neighbors, we already have the tools to take care of that, I think.
And it is currently just in a draft form, it's not something that was even ready to be amended at this point, and this was just really for us to discuss it openly, since we can't do it outside of a meeting.
Yeah, I mean, and make no mistake, the version that you last got a copy of, that does provide more teeth than just the general nuisance, and there's no
Understood.
question
Yeah,
about that.
absolutely.
But,
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to do such a thing in a residential
Right,
area,
right.
is the big sticking point, so.
And does it really solve anything? Because what are you gonna do now? You cite that he has 109, what happens now? Then what? What happens to those cats? We just fine him till he doesn't have any money? I mean, it doesn't just start, just because you
Yeah,
can write something, there's a
yeah.
whole process after that. Just let those cats out?
It makes it a criminal offense, and that
Mhm.
typically, when every day is an ongoing violation, it typically gives people more incentive to cure the condition more quickly, I guess.
So,
is the
yeah, I mean,
answer.
yeah, but there's a whole, I guess, what happens after? I mean, doesn't it? Okay.
But we won't read anything tonight, we'll just hold it, and if you guys wanna provide feedback to,
Can you share with me some of those city ordinances you found? with
yeah,
other
I can, I
cities?
don't have them tonight,
Yeah.
I did it at
If
home.
you remember, email me.
Yeah, I'll find it.
Thank you.
I literally chat GPT'd it.
Okay.
All right, I know we need to get out there, I just wanna make one quick mention. Mr. Hoover did make a request to attend the OMCA Annual Institute again. He did this last year, it's part of his journey to becoming a certified municipal clerk. We do have, funds in the council training budget that would cover this. I wanted to just mention it to council, but I was gonna tell him that he could proceed with it.
It's
So,
great.
all right, sorry we ran over here.
So we're not doing anything official.
We're gonna just not even read it. To the February 12th Macedonia City Council meeting. I just want to make a quick mention, Mayor Molnar is traveling on business at an energy conference this evening, so you'll see me running the meeting this evening. Mr. Hoover, if you wouldn't mind starting with roll call.
Ms. Brandt.
Here.
Ms. Cummings.
Here.
Mr. Ferraro.
Here.
Mr. Finley.
Here.
Mr. Garvis.
Here. And then Chaplain O'Brien, if you wouldn't mind to do the invocation.
Thank you. Please join me in a moment of reflection. May we be guided by wisdom, integrity, and compassion as we carry out the work before us tonight. Grant these council members clarity of thought and respect for differing perspectives. that every decision made be made in service to the common good. May our words be measured, our actions just, and our shared commitment to our community strengthened as we work together for the well-being of all who call Macedonia home. Tonight, we also pause to give thanks for the dedicated members of our Macedonia Police Department. We honor their daily sacrifices, their commitment to justice, and their steadfast protection of our community. Bless them with strength, safety, and peace as they face challenges both seen and unseen. May they always feel the support and gratitude of those they serve, and may their work continue to bring hope, safety, and trust to our community. Amen. And now, please join me in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, we will move into the approval of minutes. I will make a motion to approve the Thursday, January 22nd regular council meeting minutes.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I believe we have no public comments this evening. Do we have any correspondence?
Yes, sir, we do. First being a letter that I received just this afternoon. It says, "To whom it may concern, I'm writing this letter to offer my highest recommendation for a Jenny's Gems cat rescue. Having worked with this organization for several years, I have seen firsthand their unwavering commitment to the welfare of the animals in their care. In my experience at their semi-monthly adoption events, the quality of care at Jenny's Gems is exceptional. Over the years, every cat we have encountered through them has been in excellent health, well socialized, and clearly treated with love and respect. Their attention to medical detail and the transparency they provide regarding the cat's backgrounds is a testament to their professionalism. What sets Jenny's Gems apart is their consistency. In multiple years we have dealt with them, we have never encountered a single issue. They're organized, communicative, and most importantly, deeply dedicated to finding the right fit for both the cats and the adopters. It is rare to find a rescue that maintains such a high standard of health and operations over a long period. I have full confidence in their mission and would recommend them without hesitation to anyone looking to adopt, volunteer, or support a rescue that truly does things the right way. Sincerely, Scott Peterson, Pet Supply Store Plus Store Leader." And then there's also an email sent to our finance department from Software Solutions. It says, "John, as I communicated with the team this week, our project time has come to a conclusion. I really enjoyed working with all three of you and was genuinely impressed with how well you all came together for Macedonia. Not every entity we deal with has teams that could pull off what you three did this past year. While I saw growth, I was most impressed with how easy it has been to work with you all. Thank you for taking it easy on me and for making me feel like I was part of your team. If you'd like to send a narrative of your project time with me, I'm sure our marketing team would love to hear it because I believe it was a success and we love success stories. You can share as much or little as you'd like. I'm sure we'll work together again. I really hope to see you all at the conference in October." And that's from Kim Baker with Software Solutions. And that is it.
Okay. The first one, did council get that?
Literally just slid under my door at
Would you-
approximately 4:30.
Do you have it electronically, or can you,
No, just physically.
could you scan it and just share it with all of council?
Sure.
Thank you. All right, that's going to take us down to pending and new legislation, and we will start with resolution number 8.
We're not gonna do second reading on these.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. That was my first mistake. We will start with ordinance number 86, 2025. And I will move to read ordinance 86, 2025 for its second reading by title only.
I second it.
An ordinance creating Chapter 783 of the codified ordinances of the City of Macedonia relative to short-term rentals.
Okay. Then we will move on to resolution number 8.
I move to offer Resolution 8-2026 for its first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second?
Roll call? Are all in favor of me?
Aye.
Oh, opposed, sorry.
A
Jeez.
resolution authorizing the city engineer to prepare plans, bids, and specifications, and further authorizing the mayor to advertise for bids for Ledge Road Storm Sewer Project for the City of Macedonia.
Okay, Mr. G, would you like to explain this? for us?
Yes, installation of this storm sewer along Ledge Road will correct a drainage issue and a safety issue at the same time, and the project will be paid for with NARSD community cost share money.
Okay, any questions? And what is your pleasure on Resolution 8?
I move to adopt ordinance 8-2026 and post same according to law.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Resolution 9, or ordinance 9.
I move that we offer ordinance number 9, 2026 for its first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
An ordinance amending ordinance number 76, 2025, relative to current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Macedonia for the period of January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2026.
Mr. Veras.
Thank you. As mentioned in the caucus, thank you. It's our first amendment. My hand was forced. Let the fire chief know. Keeps track of all my amendments. And memo attached explaining the changes. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions? And what is your pleasure on ordinance number 9?
I move to adopt ordinance number 9, 2026 and post same according to law.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries. Ordinance number 10.
I move to offer ordinance number 10, 2026 for all three readings by title only.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with the Summit County Public Defenders Commission for the representation of indigent persons charged with certain violations of the codified ordinances of the city of Macedonia.
Mr. Gaddetti.
Quite simply, this legislation allows the Public Defender's Office to provide legal services to certain individuals with criminal cases, certain cases in still municipal work.
Any questions? And what is your pleasure on ordinance 10?
I move to adopt ordinance number 10, 2026 and post the same according to law.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. It takes us down to motions and other legislation. Are there any? Okay. The mayor's report would be next on the agenda, but obviously he's not here, and I don't have anything to say in his
Don't
place.
text and
Don't
drive.
text and
Put the
drive.
phones down.
Text and drive.
And
Stay on
don't
the
drive,
left-
don't drive in the left lane.
There you go.
It's for passing only and for me.
Passing only.
Are there any committee reports?
State law.
Parks and Rec Commission will have its February meeting next week, the 18th, on the, at 6 o'clock upstairs at the rec center. That's a public meeting, open to all. We did get a chance to view the new family changing rooms at the rec center. Finally, those got done. A lot of work went into that, and it's great. I haven't had a chance to talk with Director Eckendorf yet about feedback from families, but I know the Post Online people are excited to get to using it. It's a great space for families to change when you have, little kids that need to go, all of the time and change. It's a great, lots of thought put into it for mobility challenged people and handicap accessibility. So it's great that we're able to do that, and really, we used to have a family change room, but this one is a million times better. So congratulations to everyone who worked on that. And like I said, our meeting will be next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. End of report.
Any other committee reports? Okay, we'll go into department reports. Mr. Wilson.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to state the obvious. I want to say thanks to all the plow drivers and supervisors. They get kind of left out sometimes. They do a lot too. So in January, normal snowfall in January is 18.4 inches, and we actually got 24.2. In December of 25, the normal is 12.2, and we got 15 inches. So we're definitely above the normal quite a bit in January, and the drivers and supervisors worked a lot of days in a row. I think 24 hours, we did like 8 or 9 days or something like that straight, so trucks ran a long time. Great job. I'm working on John and I kind of together working on an energy audit for our facilities, just to look at LED lighting and different ways to conserve and save money and do a better job with our energy plan. And the new service complex is coming along well. We just did a all day, and I mean all day, page turn meeting, which means we go through every single page of the plan. It's a little bit painstaking, but you know, you're still finding those little things where we're like, oh, maybe there should be a door there. You know, it's amazing. You still run into all these little things. But it's been quite an experience, and we're excited. Obviously, the dirt is moving, and but yeah, we're excited. And so it's always in progress. That's it.
Director Gelati. Yeah, thank you. Things are pretty quiet right now this time of year, but soon we will bid all of these projects that have recently come through council, most notably the road program for 2026. And when we do, of course, we'll bring you the results and the recommendations in the report. Thank you. Director Veras.
I want to thank Dick Goddard for the 8-day forecast, because our budget really needs it, right? And you guys really did do a great job. Not only hitting the streets, but hitting the budget hard. So, but it amazes me that, knock on wood, that you've done it safely and efficiently. So, and the report.
Any mention of resident
I'm going to
refund?
hold that.
It's tax season, man. No?
No?
The fire chief will.
Oh, I gotcha, okay. I meant how to file for them, not the other message. Okay. Director Collins.
The resident refund packet is available on the city's website. Feel free to fill it out and return it. The finance department would be happy to help you with the calculation sheet. The IT department completed a cutover to a new phone system. I appreciate everyone's patience with change, and I'd just like to wish my wife a happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, end of report.
Well played. Assistant Commissioner Allen.
I'm already in trouble, so I'm just, I'm trying to work my way out, so.
Yeah, it's just one thing, and 8210 Macedonia Commons, Suite 36, we're getting Buffalo Wild Wings coming to town. So we just got the plans in to get reviewed, so that's pretty much it. And
Wait.
report.
Is that standalone, or is it taking up space?
Yeah, is it being built?
Yeah, it's a whole space.
No, it is new construction, or?
No, it's taking existing space.
Where at?
Right there in Macedonia Commons, right there in Suite 36.
What was Suite 36 prior?
Yeah, what did it used to be?
I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't have been here that long to really pay attention.
Fire chief, what was it?
I'm not sure, I'm sitting there reading in my head.
Frankie Walker's still there.
What? Check our website, we will post that tomorrow with the resident refund stuff.
So that is correct, it's correct, it's a BW3s, you said?
Yeah.
It's Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Okay.
Yep.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Director Smith.
No report, sir.
Chief Ripley.
Thank you, President Garvis. I would just like to remind everyone, if your fire hydrant is buried in snow, please unbury it. It might be the difference of your house surviving a fire and not surviving a fire. Don't think we're not getting more snow. I'm sure that's what Dan's hoping for, and by the sounds of it, John, but there's more snow coming. I would like to comment, I have communicated with service on a regular basis. I have not heard them complaining about their plow trucks going down. Vince and I have been here long enough that there are times half of their fleet was broke down. That's a statement of where the city is and the equipment they are providing to all of the departments that they can suffer through the winter they have so far. And those have been minimal to the best of my knowledge, and I think that's something we should be proud of. I will up Kyle. I will wish my beautiful wife a happy anniversary on Sunday. And then report.
Chief Yakupovich.
So the police department's been busy with the hiring process, trying to fill the vacant patrol officer positions. Soon we'll have a civil service test for dispatch that's scheduled for February 18th, so we'll be moving on to the dispatch hiring. And of course, the way to go, Dan. End of report.
Thank you very much. Director Gaddetti.
No report, sir.
Okay, is there any unfinished business? Any new business? All right, then in that case, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.